This video is made possible by our loyal Patreon supporters. Visit patreon.com.
Hi my friends, this is Kristin. Today we're going to be doing a video all about opening up our hip flexors. Just a really nice gentle hip warm up. A lot of us are spending a lot of time sitting down all day, and that can really tighten up those hip joints. So we're just going to stretch them out real gently and open them up. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to start with a really nice gentle stretch to just open things up and get ourselves a little bit warmed up. So we're going to begin in a nice, comfortable seated position with one leg in front of the other. Doesn't really matter which. And we're going to start just a gentle rotation around. And you can kind of imagine that your belly button is scraping the inside of a giant bowl that you're sitting in as you move. Really expanding when you're forward and really contracting when you're back. And now go ahead and reverse. So we're rotating in the other direction, still maintaining that expansion when we're forward and contracting when we're leaning back. And you should feel some really nice, warm movements in your hip flexor. Nothing too intense just yet. One more time, all the way around. And now we're going to go ahead and switch legs. So whichever leg was in front, go ahead and set that behind. And again, whichever direction, we're just going to start a gentle rotation. And you might feel some pops. I have one going right now. That's okay. If you feel the need, if anything hurts, don't push into it. Just go ahead and make those circles a little bit smaller. One more time, and then we're going to reverse, expanding and contracting. And breathe, and then go ahead and reverse that. So we're expanding and contracting. Really leaning into that motion as much as you can comfortably. And don't forget to breathe as you do so. Very nice. All right, now go ahead and roll your shoulders out just a little bit. Don't forget those guys. Maybe throw some quick neck stretches in there. All right, now we're going to move into a really nice, easy butterfly. So go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together, wherever it feels comfortable for you today. If you're feeling intense and you want to bring them in, that's cool. If you want to push them out a little bit more and have an easier time, that's fine too. So let's go ahead and start here by taking just a couple deep breaths, hands on the knees, in and out. And one more time, in and out. Now wherever you are, with your hands on your knees, go ahead and keep that back nice and straight. We don't want to arch or hunch. Just keep everything nice and straight, nice flat back, and maintaining that position. We're going to lean forward just a little. We're not going to go all the way over, just about halfway until you feel your hip flexors start to engage. And just hang out there for a second. See how your body feels today. Breathing into that position, breathing into your hip flexors, opening them up. And then go ahead and breathe to come back up. Good. And we're going to do that one more time. So take a deep breath. And on the exhale, go ahead and keep that nice flat back as we move forward just halfway. Maintaining that length all the way from your tailbone to the very crown of your head. Hands hands on your knees, remembering to breathe because it's so important. Take one more breath here. And inhale to come up. Very nice. Now we're going to deepen that stretch just a little bit. So instead where we were going halfway, we're going to go our full extension. So again, keeping the legs and the feet wherever is most comfortable today. So again, inhaling and exhaling as we go down. Again, making sure to maintain that really nice, long, flat back. Keeping all of that length, pinning your tailbone to the ground and reaching the crown of your head up to the sky. Going as far over this time as you can while still maintaining that length in your spine. And breathe here, really feeling that opening and that stretch in your hip flexor. Smile, because it kind of sucks. And breathe here one more time in and out. And go ahead and inhale gently to come up. Really good job. All right. Now from here, we're just going to take our left foot, our left leg, and flip it around behind us. And this is called a Z stretch. So we're just going to lean over to our left side really nice and gently. Feeling some opening, maybe some resistance right here. That's okay. Be really gentle with this stretch. Not pulsing, just leaning into it very gently. And if you want to deepen it just a little bit, go ahead and place your left hand on the mat and your other hand reach up above your head. Breathing here. And coming down. And go ahead and flip both legs the other direction. So both your feet are pointed to the right. And again, just exploring here, seeing how this position feels on this side of your body. And again, we don't want to pulse. Instead, we're just going to breathe and exhale into the position really gently. And again, if you want to deepen this stretch, place a hand on the floor and the other raise above your head. This is great if you've been sitting at a desk for a really long time, if you've been working all day. Your hip flexors tend to get kind of neglected. So if you pay a little extra attention to them, it's also really going to help your lower back, which can suffer when you're sitting all day as well. And inhaling to come up. All right, so from here, we're going to make a really easy transition into Pigeon Pose, if you're familiar with that one. All we're going to do is take our left leg, go ahead and swing it over this direction so your body is parallel to the side. And we're going to take our right leg and just straighten it out behind us. And you can tuck your toes if you want a more intense stretch, or you can keep your knee down, whatever's easier for you. So when you're in Pigeon Pose, ideally you want to get your shin perpendicular to the rest of your body. But for today, we're doing a really nice, easy stretch, so we're just going to bring it back to a diagonal. Go ahead, keeping your hips nice and square, hands on either side of your leg. Take a nice deep breath, and just go ahead and really lean your body in to this stretch right here, into your right hip flexor. You should feel a really nice deep stretch. And again, if this is where you want to be, that's totally fine. If you want to deepen it just a little bit, go ahead and tuck your toes, like I said. And you can lean your weight just a little bit more forward to really get into that hip. Taking one more deep breath here, making sure not to let your shoulders sneak up to your ears, but allowing them to relax, allowing your head to come forward and up, letting your neck be free, breathing, smiling. And then from here, we're just gonna flip our legs around and switch. So bringing your right leg forward, sending your left leg back, and again, bringing that leg into a nice, easy diagonal. Tucking the toes if you want a deeper stretch, or relaxing them against the ground if you want something easier. Go ahead and really lean in just a little bit forward into that hip flexor right here. Taking a deep breath. And every time that you exhale, allowing yourself to fall a little bit more into that stretch. You should feel a really nice opening in your hip flexors. One more breath in and out, smiling, remembering to breathe, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And we don't want to put too much arch into the spine. That's not really what this is about. That's why we're keeping our weight forward. So all of that stretch goes into the hip flexors. So now we're gonna go ahead, bring both our legs to the front. We're gonna go ahead and come to a seated position here because we're about to lie down. All right, so from our seated position, we're gonna go ahead and lower ourselves using our forearms back onto the mat, making sure to tuck your chin to avoid any injury or strain. And once we're here, go ahead and take a couple deep breaths. Just taking one or two really nice slow breaths. Lying on your back, just like this, is actually a really restorative way to... Lying on your back like this is actually really restorative. At the end of a day, you're allowing gravity to undo all the knots that you've created in your body. So if you don't have time for a full stretch, even just lying here like this is really helpful. But we're gonna add just a couple more things to it. So go ahead with your lower back flat against the mat. Go ahead and raise your right leg up and hug it to your chest, nice and gently. Go ahead and rock it back and forth just a little bit. Go ahead and take that right leg and open it up with your right arm. Putting as much weight as you need on it to get it really nice and open without straining anything, without hurting anything. You never want to push past where your body wants to go. But whatever feels good here, you might find something interesting. Now go ahead and with your next breath, bring that back up, transferring it over to your left arm, and we're gonna go ahead and cross it over, straightening that other leg underneath you. So our left leg is extended, our right leg is crossed over the body, bringing a really nice twist to the spine, really therapeutic, while again giving a nice counter stretch to all the hip flexor openings that we've been doing. And breathe here. And with your next breath, go ahead and come back to center, bringing both knees back up to the chest. Go ahead and do some circles here with your knees, just small, just massaging your lower back against the rug. And other direction. And now we're going to go ahead. Excuse me. And now we're going to go ahead and reverse what we just did. So extending the right leg, allowing the left leg to fall open gently, adding some extra weight if you want to. Making sure to keep that other hip on the ground. Don't allow it to lift up, but really let it sink in to get the full weight of that stretch in your body. Breathing here. Again, we're just allowing gravity to do its work. If you let it take care of it for you, you actually don't have to do nearly as much of the work. One more breath in and out. Go ahead and bring that leg up, transferring it over to your right hand, keeping your right leg extended, and we're just going to take again that nice twist in the spine all the way over. Feeling a nice counter stretch again to the hip flexor openings that we've been doing. Feeling a twist in the spine. Really gentle. Just opening things up, allowing circulation to return to your body. Breathing, smiling. One more breath here. And then go ahead and come back up, bringing both your knees back to the chest. Now go ahead and you're going to bring your left ankle underneath your right knee. Go ahead and lace your fingers over your knee and apply just a little bit of pressure, just enough that you feel something interesting happening in your hips. If you want to, you can rock gently back and forth. You might find something interesting there, something exciting. For me, I love this stretch as a good way to cool down after I've been working my hip flexors a lot. To just sort of massage, nothing too intense. And go ahead and bring both knees back to the chest. And again, we're going to take our right ankle to our left knee, tucking it under, lacing our fingers behind the knee and applying just a little bit of pressure. Rocking back and forth if you choose to do so. Really nice. Now when you're finished here, go ahead and place both soles of your feet back on the mat. And when you're ready to come up, you're just going to turn over your shoulder to one side. Use your hand to push yourself up. Coming back into a nice, open, relaxed, seated position. Taking a couple more deep breaths here. In and out. Really allowing those breaths to penetrate your hips, your legs, all the good work that we've done. One more time, in and out. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope your legs feel nice and open and relaxed. I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you.
Introducing Yoga Plus, offering a free series every month. with over 300 different videos. Take control of your health. Work out anytime, anywhere. Yoga Plus. Download now for free.